Welcome back. What's up, guys? It is I, Lamech, right here at my channel, and I hope your favorite channel, Insane Disappearances, where I talk about the mysterious and the strange and the outright mind-blowing cases that come from David Paulides' Missing 411 books. He's got a total of 6 or 7 right now, and what I'm reading from at this point is his sobering coincidence. But I'm veering off of that and getting into some of the other strange cases they have out there that haven't made it to the books yet, but do have somewhat similarities to all of the criterias in his books. This story today is going to be about Brandon Swanson. Now, Brandon Swanson was another young boy from Minnesota, except this time he wasn't 3 years old, he was 19. Okay, now it started out with him driving somewhere, and he ended up crashing his car into a ditch somewhere near Taunton, Minnesota. Now, Brandon was last seen in Canby, Minnesota. Now, like I said before, he was 19 when he disappeared. He was 5'5", 120 to 130 pounds. His hair color is brown, and his eye color is blue. Now, he was last seen wearing baggy blue jeans, blue striped polo shirt, black hooded zip front, and a sweatshirt with emblem on black something. Let me see. Let's see. On black white Minnesota Twins baseball cap. Okay, he was wearing glasses as well. And what's this? He was wearing glasses as well, and he had like a sterling silver chain around his neck. All right, now getting started on this story. Now it has been about 5 years, but Brian and Annette Swanson, his parents, still keep their porch light burning, for their missing son. Now, the Swansons turned on the lights May 14th, 2008, the night Brandon Swanson disappeared, while driving to Marshall, Minnesota. And now, Brian, his father, said that there is no reason to turn the light off now. He said this on Monday, May 13th, around the same year. Now, he also said, "I'm pretty sure we're not going to find him alive, but I still want to believe that we will find him. That's probably a stretch, but I still want to believe that." And that's a very noble thing to say, because most parents, they want to always believe that their son or daughter or whoever else is alive, because they don't ever want them to be dead. All parents want their children to bury them. They don't want to be burying their own children. Like I said, which is very it's very noticeable, and it's very common. Okay, now Brandon, like I said before, he was 19 when he disappeared. He went into a ditch on a gravel road. He called home around 1:54 a.m. and asked his parents to pick him up near Lind, Minnesota, I would imagine. Now, it's a small town southwest of Marshall. He said he would walk towards town. That way he'd be on the road. If they ever pass him, they'll see him, walking by. Now, as Brian and Annette Swanson drove towards Lind, Brian talked to Brandon on his cell phone. Now, he said that excuse me. He talked to him for about 45 minutes, and all of a sudden he said, "Oh sh!" and the phone, it went dead. Brian Swanson said there was nothing after that. So now, if he was walking, obviously he saw something that scared him, and he was like, "Oh shit!" But it got cut off right before he even said everything else. So whatever it was, maybe whatever he saw startled him, and he dropped the phone, and it hit the ground and probably broke into a million pieces, or it probably hung up the phone call. I don't know. Or maybe whatever he saw knocked it out of his hand. I mean, it's anybody's guess as to what happened. Because I mean, if he was walking on the side of the road, there was no other way for him to fall anywhere, unless there was like a little ravine, like, because I know some roads have like a little dip where there's a bunch of trees that go down in a slant, and it up here's the road, and you go on the other side, there's nothing but a bunch of trees. But I don't know. I haven't seen that. Right, I probably have to pull it up on a website just to see what that area looked like. But I'm gonna show you his photo real quick. Now, see, this time I can actually blow up the photo. Okay, this is him right here. Wait a second. Clear up. Okay, there we go. This is him right here. Now, like I said, the last time they saw him, he was actually wearing his glasses and everything. So, it's a pretty big shirt for a guy his size. It's like one of those little white tees. But anyway, that's his photo. And like I said, after that, it's not. That's another thing about these. Darn it! Give me 1 second. Hold on. That would happen. All right. Sorry about that, guys. It kind of went black for a second. But like I said, that's one thing about these cases that's very similar to this one, and it's not even in his book. It might be. I'm not sure. It depends on what chapter or what volume or book he may be in. But I never heard of him mention him in any of his books. But just like all the other cases in his books, you got somebody that may call home, and it's very rare that you get a call before someone disappears. He's calling his father. He's talking to him for 45 minutes. All of a sudden, he obviously saw something that startled him or even scared him. And he was like, oh shit. But he only got half of the words out of his mouth, and then the phone went dead. So I'm thinking that he probably dropped his phone, which is something that probably happens a lot in these cases where you hear them talking on the phone. They leave a voicemail or they talking to someone, then next thing you know, the line goes dead. Now, for the line to go dead the way it did, he obviously dropped the phone because it happened too quickly. It happened way too quick. So now I would imagine if he's talking and the line just goes dead, that's one thing. But if it happened abrupt like that, like I said, it's a possibility that he may have, dropped the phone on the floor. On the ground. So, like I said, it's anybody's guess at this point. Now, also, what was said is that the authorities originally suspected Brandon Swanson had fallen into Yellow Medicine River, but later concentrated on the area near Mud Creek, a few miles northwest of Porter, Minnesota. I'm sorry. The last official search was conducted on October of 2011. Now, since becoming the lead law enforcement agency on the case in 2010, the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension has received 75 tips about Brandon, said Dew Evans, the assistant superintendent of the BCA. The agency has received 3 tips since April 1st, including one just 2 weeks ago, he said. Now, when he's saying 2 weeks ago, it depended on when this article was posted, which was, I'm not sure. Let me see. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. It normally tells you when it was posted. I don't see anything on here. Oh, wait, here we go. May 12, 2013. That's when it was published. So, this was about 4 years ago. So, it's 17, 16, 15, 14. 5 years ago. It was about 5 years ago when they posted this. Okay, so where am I? Get back on track here. Okay, there we go. Now, we continue to follow up on any and all tips we receive, Evans said. Our goal is the same goal as everybody else. We want to see Brandon brought home, and we want to find him. We will continue to keep this as an active investigation until we have answers. More than 500 volunteers, including 34 dog handlers from 9 different states, spent more than 120 days searching for Brandon and covered part of 120 square miles, said Jeff Hassey, the search manager. Like I said, search and rescue are very prolific. You know, they go in, they do what they have to do to find the person, and they go home. Now, the bad part is if they don't find him, then you know they just keep searching and searching until they do. But initially, they don't look for weird evidence that may surround the death of a certain person, like a child or a young one or even an old person. Their job is to go in, find the person, and bring them home, and that's it. You know, but they're very good at what they do, and I'm not even going to say, just like David Paulides always says, I'm not even going to say that they don't know what they're doing or they can never find that person. It's a matter of whatever's doing this, they make it very hard for the person to be found by leaving no evidence whatsoever. And I'm talking with 100% accuracy. No criminal I know of on this planet is able to do that. None. And if there is, I'm not going to say I applaud you, but at the same time, you're very gifted. But at the same time, why would you want to keep doing that if these people are just trying to find their families? I know you don't want to get caught, but still, it's the principle of the thing. But anyway, let's see what we got here. Okay, it's by far the biggest search I've ever seen involved in terms of the length of time, number of missions, and number of searches involved. Excuse me, said Hassey, founder of Midwest Technical Rescue Training Associates, a nonprofit organization that teaches technical rescue skills to public safety providers. I think time favors the search, Hassey said. I think eventually something will be found. I am hopeful. Brandon graduated from Marshall High School in 2007 and spent a year studying wind energy at Minnesota West Community College in Canby. That's Canby, just in case you didn't know. But anyway, he was last seen wearing baggy jeans, a blue striped polo shirt, a black hooded sweatshirt, a white Twins basketball cap, wire-rimmed glasses, and a sterling silver chain necklace. His green Chevy Lumina was found near Taunton between Marshall and Canby. Not anywhere near where he was. Where he told his parents he thought he was. His parents believe he became confused, wandering around in the dark. Officials say there is no evidence of foul play. There also is no indication that Brandon staged his own disappearance. Brian Swanson agrees. We were very close, and that's not something he would have done, he said. A year after Brandon's disappearance, the Minnesota legislature passed a law requiring law enforcement authorities to respond more aggressively to cases in which adults disappear under suspicious or dangerous circumstances. Brandon's law requires a more aggressive response for missing adults up to age 21 and older, adults who disappear under suspicious circumstances. Now, as for the 5-year anniversary on Tuesday, Brian and Ned Swanson have nothing major planned, he said. I know that we'll give each other a long hug, he said. It's not that we have forgotten Brandon or anything like that. It's just that we searched extensively for 3 to 1, 2 to 4 years. It hurts. Now, this article was written by a woman named Mary Devine. She can be reached at 651-228-5443. Follow her at twitter.com, Mary E. Devine, to help. Well, I'm guessing this is probably the person that wrote the article, or this is just someone that you can get in touch with who is involved with the case. Now, to help, like it said, anyone with information about Brandon Swanson's disappearance is asked to call the BCA tip line at 1-877-996-6222 or email them at bca.codecase@state.minnesota. That's mn.us. Okay. Okay. Now, Mary Devine is a reporter for the St. Paul Pioneer Press. She covers Washington County and the St. Croix River Valley, but has also spent time covering the state capitol. She has won numerous journalism awards, including the Premack Award and the Minnesota Society of Professional Journalists Page 1 Award. Prior to joining the Pioneer Press in 1998, she worked for the Rochester, Minnesota Post Bulletin and at the St. Joseph MO News Press. I'm not sure what that means. But anyway, with the MO part, that is. Let me see. Okay, her work has also appeared in a number of magazines, including MPLS St. Paul Magazine, Twin Cities Business Monthly, and Minnesota Magazine. She is a graduate of Carleton College and lives in St. Paul with her husband, Greg Myers, and their 3 children, Henry 15, Francis 13, and Fred 10. Now, once again, you can reach her at 651-228-5443. You can follow her on Twitter, where her Twitter name is Mary E. Devine, twitter.com. And you can call that hotline at 1-877-996-6222. Or you can email them at bca.codecase@state.minnesota. That's mn.us. All right. Now, this case is just as weird as any other case because apparently they said his car was found in a ditch in an area that wasn't anywhere near where he said he was going to be. So obviously he got confused. And I know at night, I can tell you right now that at night sometimes you can get a little confused. You get a little turned around because things aren't lit up. So the nighttime kind of messes with your eyesight and your, I guess, your focusing, because just like when you're in a lot of a very snowy area and you get that snow blindness, you kind of get night blindness too, because everything don't look the way it does during the day. So you may get a little turned around. You may think you're going down one road. You may miss the sign or think it's saying something else. Something may look familiar to you, but it really isn't. And you can go down the wrong road. Maybe that's what he did. But like I said, he got out of the car and he walked towards town. And apparently they never saw him. So he was obviously in the wrong area. Then he tells his parents where he was, but he wasn't there. Or his car wasn't there, rather. So, but at the same time, with him, he just up and vanishes. Okay, he's driving somewhere, he goes into a ditch, he's walking, he's talking to his father, and all of a sudden he was like, oh, and the line goes dead. So he either dropped his phone, or the phone line went dead at that point, and he didn't realize it, or he didn't realize his phone was dying, or something or someone. I'm more leaning towards something, trust me. It wasn't someone. If it is someone, it's someone who isn't of this earth or of this plane or even of this dimension. I still say that. Maybe that person is on a parallel earth. Maybe it was his doppelganger, because they say doppelgangers are actually the opposite side of who we are, meaning they're more mischievous or they're more evil. I don't know, but I'm just saying that's what I be hearing about doppelgangers. But it could be anything. That's the biggest problem. It could be anything or any person who is not of this planet. I know it's not a person. I know it's not a human or a human of this earth. It could be a human from another dimension, like I said, or another parallel earth. But there's so many variables, so many theories of what could have happened to all these people, including Brandon, that it leaves you in a fog, because you be like, okay, they start getting away from that and they start saying, well, maybe somebody kidnapped him, maybe he got abducted while he was on his way into town. But who would just do that every single time? I mean, these people, they end up missing the same kind of way every single time. I mean, I heard of copycat killers, but this is just too much. I don't think it could be a copycat killer because it happens all over the planet, in every state, every country, even in places you thought it would never happen. It happens. Okay, I had a friend that went to Denver, Colorado, to visit somebody close to him, and I didn't know he was. I knew he was going, but when he sent me photos of him in the mountains, I was like, "Are you crazy? Don't you remember me telling you about how people be disappearing in that national park and in those mountains?" And he was like, "Oh man, I forgot." I was like, "Seriously?" I mean, I for one would never go there because we all heard about Jerry Atadero. He disappeared in the Rocky Mountains. Okay, and when they found him, all they found was one shoe that was pristine, like as if it just came off the showroom floor. Okay, and this is after 4 years of him being missing. Okay, then they found a little sweater that he wore while he was out there. Okay, then they found one tooth in the very tip top of his cranium, in an area that should have been inaccessible to him or anybody else for that matter. Okay, 4 years later, in an area like that with nothing but a tooth, the top of his cranium, a shoe, and his sweater, which was torn, I believe. But yeah, strange stuff, creepy stuff, you know. So like I said, this situation here with Brandon, it's a cold case, but it's also one of the weirdest, one of the many weird cases that I have read about since the Western U.S. book that David Paulides put out. Okay, and this is just weird because, like I said, he runs into a ditch. He gets out of the car. He's walking towards town, and his father, at least his father, got a chance to actually have a conversation with him for 45 minutes. You know, so it's almost like whoever took him gave him that opportunity to say goodbye to his father, but not in a way not in a way where he was forcing him to do it. It's just something that just happened. Maybe there was some sort of mind control where they made him call his father, and he talked to him for a while to make him feel like he's safe and nothing was going to happen. Then when they wanted to take him, boom, they took him. You know, and he had to have seen something that creeped him out. And like I said, he probably dropped his phone. It probably startled him, and his phone shattered. The thing is, they never found his phone. That's one thing that happens with a lot of these cases too. When a person has their phone with them and they get a chance to call somebody, the phone line goes dead, or they drop it to where it breaks into a million pieces, or they either forget the phone. And if they do have the phone goes with them when they disappear. They never find the phone, they never find the person, and there's never any evidence to state that he was even there in the first place. You know, okay, and then all of a sudden this freak weather just pops up out of nowhere and it rains for hours or days off and on. Next thing you know, it saturates the land and wipes away all evidence of him even being in that area. You know, if he had some footprints over there. You know, so just some crazy stuff, man. But that is my time on this case. I gotta read some more cases, and I will definitely post them. I was gonna save this one for tomorrow, which technically it is tomorrow, Monday, because I try to make my posts Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And sometimes I don't get that opportunity because I be working, you know, and I be tired. So you know, you guys have to bear with me. But I'm gonna try and get back into all that now that I got my my voice problem taken care of, and it's nice and clear and sharp and just booming, so you can hear what I'm saying. You know, I can do more and I can feel better about doing it, because a lot of times I was doing it on my phone, so now I'm doing it on my laptop, and I made sure I hook my earpiece up to it, that way you can hear me even better. So like I said before, I'm going to continue to look at these emails that you guys have sent me, and I really appreciate it. Love you guys for that. I gotta look at maybe, I think probably one more before I get to the Kendrick Johnson situation. I'm gonna see what that's about and see if they're gonna have some strange information on that. And when they do, I will post that information. And you definitely hear it from me. That's what I'm here for. the guy who talks about all the crazy stuff that nobody wants to talk about. You know, how the police always want to leave that part alone, and so does the National Park Service. Everybody, they don't want to talk about it, but that's what I'm here for. You want to hear what I got to say? You want to hear about my theories? If you want to toss me something, go right ahead. You know where to hit me up at. Comment down there in the comment section. You know, and if you like the video, like and subscribe. Hit me with them thumbs up. Okay. I greatly appreciate that. You know, I gotta keep it coming, y'all help me out. I'll help you out with that, with the information. So, any more subscribers out there, you know what to do. Hit me with that thumbs up, subscribe, and you'll definitely get the best of all the information that you may not get from the books if you don't have it. Okay. So, but if you do want to get the book, all you have to do is go to canamissing.com. That's CAN, like Canadian American. So that's CANAM. Okay, Canadian American missing.com. Go to his website, check out the books. He's got tons of them, and his books are $24.95. Okay, do not go to Amazon. He stresses this all the time when he's on Coast to Coast AM. Do not go to Amazon, because they hike up the prices to these absorbent prices, like $85 or $75 or $100. I think one time he said his books ran up to about $200 on Amazon. I don't know why, because he said that they're being bought by resellers on his website. You know, they buy it from his site and they sell it at these high prices. And it kind of reminds you when you got gun smugglers that come into the country. They buy guns here real cheap, then they go overseas and sell them for like 10 times the price. Okay, let's just say you get a machine gun for like $1,500. They'll sell it overseas for like $2,500, okay, or more. And it's the same thing with his cases. I mean, with his books, they get it for $24.95 off his website, and they sell it for double the price on Amazon, which is stupid. I mean, so if you want to get the best out of all his books, go to his website. They're only $24.95, okay. And the shipping cost is only $35. That's the amount that you pay. That's, you know, I forgot how much the shipping cost is, but the full amount is $35. That's hardly nothing. I know people overseas, or you know, outside the U.S., that you know they paying about $85, some maybe almost $100. You know, depending on where you are, I guess. But you know, I'm just saying, you know, if you're in the U.S. and you want to buy his books, you go to his website. So, like I said, that's my time. Gotta go. Always imparting. Aloha, mahalo, and ahuiho. Peace out, brother. Be blessed. Be safe, and don't let those bed bugs bite you if you go to bed. Bye, guys.